Christmas is a season of hope, forgiveness and peace. Water supply in affected areas in Selangor almost fully restored. Good afternoon, I'm Cynthia Arthur. You're watching News on 2. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail called on Malaysians to continue to have faith in the Pakatan Harapan PH government as it strives to build a new and better Malaysia. In a Christmas message, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah said Christmas celebration is about hope to build a better tomorrow, which is the essence of PH, adding the new government is established to build a brighter future for all Malaysians and drive the country towards glory. The Deputy Premier also said Malaysians should continue to be thankful as the country remains peaceful this year, allowing people from all walks of life to live in harmony. Just like other major celebrations in the country, she said, Christmas also brings all Malaysians together via open house activities. In her message, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah also called on Malaysians to continue giving to the less fortunate.
Detik kebahagiaan dan kebersamaan.
Melengkapi kehidupan dengan penuh kasih sayang dan perhatian.
Dia pun menempuh cabaran berbeza dengan harapan dan tekad kita bersama mencapai hidup sejahtera.
Sama-sama kita memupuk kasih sayang dan persahaman sesama insan. Selamat Hari Natal dan Tahun Baru.
Water supply shortage that has been affecting areas of Petaling, Hulu Langat, Sepang and Kuala Langat has now been restored. Air Selangor Sdn Berhad Corporate Communication Head Abdul Halim Matsom said he expects the water supply to be fully restored much earlier based on the current reading. Commenting further on the matter, Abdul Halim said Air Selangor has taken all the initiatives to expedite the process to restore the water supply. Last Saturday, the Sungai Semenyih water treatment plant was forced to close completely following an odor pollution incident in Sungai Semenyih as a result of irresponsible parties dumping wastes into sewerage manholes owned by Indah Water Consortium Sdn Berhad. Following the plant's closure, water supply to 366 areas with 328,957 consumer accounts in the Federal Territory, Petaling, Hulu Langat, Kuala Langat and Sepang were disrupted. A man was found burnt to his death at the driver's seat after his car caught fire at Taman Batu, Kuala Lumpur last night. The Kuala Lumpur Fire and Rescue Department, in a statement released, said they received a distress call at about 8:12 p.m. before dispatching a response team to the scene. Upon arrival, a Proton Wira was found to be on fire, with a man in his 50s still in the car. The fire was extinguished within 9 minutes. The cause of fire is still currently being investigated. A 6-year-old boy was killed while his uncle and cousin were seriously injured after the motorcycle they were riding was hit by a car at kilometer 13, Jalan Kangar Alor Setar in Simpang Ampat, Kangar Perlis. The victim, identified as Irfan Zahran Muhammad Yazid from Kuala Perlis, died at the scene, while his uncle Rosli Hussein, 45, and Rosli's son Muhammad Muhaimin, 6, of Simpang Ampat, suffered serious injuries to the head and leg. Kangar Police Chief Superintendent Wari Q said in the 5:05 p.m. yesterday, the victims were travelling from Kampung Bunga Emas and was about to exit into the main road when a Toyota Estima multi-purpose vehicle MPV from the opposite direction rammed into them. He said the body of the victim was taken to the Tuanku Fauzia Hospital HTF for post-mortem, while the other two are still being treated at the HTF emergency unit. The Kangar Police Chief further noted that the case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. A man wearing a helmet and armed with a pistol held a 50-year-old woman hostage before fleeing a bank near Bulatan, Silibin, Ipoh, with about 28,000 ringgit yesterday. Perak Criminal Investigation Department Deputy Chief ACP Zai Hairul Idrus said police received information about the incident at about 4 p.m.
Dengan menggunakan customer sebagai satu tebusan untuk menggugut pekerja bank untuk memberi suspek duit. So pihak bank telah mengambil wang daripada kaunter sebanyak lebih kurang 28,000 dan suspek terus melarikan diri.
ACP Zai Hairul said no shots were fired and the whole incident happened within 4 minutes. He added that during the heist, only 3 customers were in the bank and the woman who was made hostage didn't suffer any injuries. He also said police are tracking down the suspect and one other person who was believed to be the driver of the car, which was waiting outside the bank to help the suspect escape. The case is currently being investigated under Section 395 and 397 of the Penal Code. The Selangor Royal Malaysian Customs Department JKDM seized 112,000 litres of Zamzam water worth over 2.53 million ringgit. JKDM Deputy Director General Enforcement Dato' Abdul Latif Abdul Kadir said the seizures were made in a customs inspections at Westport in Klang, Selangor.
Jumlah anggaran rampasan komoditi tersebut adalah bernilai RM874,125 dengan jumlah duti dan cukai sebanyak RM227,272. 2 syarikat yang terlibat dalam penginputan air Zamzam ini sedang disiasat.
Speaking at a press conference, Dato' Abdul said about 38,000 litres of Zamzam water with an estimated value of around 874,000 was found on 7th of October in 2 containers with cargo declared as food from West Asia. While on the 16th of December, another 73,000 litres of Zamzam water bottles with an estimated value of 1.65 million ringgit was found in 3 containers with cargo declared as household goods. The Zamzam water is classified as prohibited trade goods under Customs Order Prohibition for Import 2017. Meanwhile, in a separate case, Dato' Abdul Latif said Selangor JKDM seized 9 million sticks of cigarettes worth 720,000 ringgit, as well as about 27,000 litres of alcohol of various brands worth 1.36 million ringgit in a series of inspections at Port Klang recently. Overall, Selangor JKDM crippled 5 smuggling syndicates worth 3.49 million ringgit involving Zamzam water, alcohol and cigarettes. The Farmers Organisation Authority, LPP, plans to increase the use of the latest technology in paddy cultivation to attract young people's participation in agriculture. Its chairman, Dato' Mazlan Aliman, said the use of advanced harvesting and ploughing machines could increase the production, thus improve the income of farmers. citing examples of developed countries such as Japan, South Korea and Taiwan, Dato' Mazlan said the use of modern technology had seen those countries reducing its rice cultivation period to 75 days against 100 days in Malaysia. To encourage the use of modern technology in the sector, he said LPP plans to reorganize a program that brings together domestic and international industry players to showcase their latest technologies and innovations.
Mekanisme baru pada industri padi yang melalui mekanisme baru ini orang muda akan tertarik untuk menjadikan kerjaya padi ini sebagai kerjaya mereka yang memberikan pulangan yang tinggi. Dan apa mekanisme itu kita akan dapatkan input ini daripada pemain-pemain industri yang bukan saja di peringkat nasional tempatan tapi juga di peringkat international. Kita tahu industri ini sedang berkembang di negara-negara dunia.
He was met after the launch of the Carnival Pesawat Padi at Pasir Panjang, Sekinchan. The carnival was part of the government's recognition towards paddy farmers on their contributions to the country. At the event, contributions amounting to 14,000 ringgit were presented to 14 Area Farmers Association in Selangor. A total of 24 dilapidated schools are currently undergoing repairing process to ensure these schools can be used immediately. The schools are among 588 dilapidated schools in the state that need immediate attention.
Sabah Education and Innovation Minister Datuk Dr. Yusof Yaakob said the ministry is currently giving priority to rebuild and fix the dilapidated schools which are deemed unsafe.
Dalam proses pelaksanaan sekarang ini ialah sebanyak 24 buah sekolah daif ya, yang kita sudah mulakan dari segi proses tendernya, pemberian kepada kontraktor. Kita mau menyegerakan kerana kita tidak boleh tunggu, keperluan ini cukup mendesak.
Under the 2020 budget, the government has allocated 783 million ringgit to repair dilapidated schools throughout the country. Out of it, a total of 228.5 million ringgit is allocated to repair the dilapidated schools in Sabah.
Leading Index projects brighter economic outlook for February to April next year.
Salam sejahtera dan salam harapan. Nama saya Gobind Singh Dio, Menteri Komunikasi dan Multimedia Malaysia. Saya ingin mengambil peluang ini untuk mengucapkan selamat menyambut Hari Krismas, khususnya buat mereka yang beragama Kristian. Sempena Hari Krismas ini juga, marilah kita kekalkan keharmonian ini yang menjadi ciri istimewa kita, rakyat Malaysia keseluruhannya. Merry Christmas.
The country's economy is expected to experience a better growth in February to April 2020 based on Malaysia's annual change of leading index, LI, that has recorded a highest increase since April 2018. Chief Statistician Dato' Sri Dr. Muhammad Uzair Mahidin said the LI, which predicts the country's economic direction, had rose 1.5% in October this year compared with 0.3% in the previous month. Commenting further, Dato' Sri Dr. Muhammad Uzair said the LI had improved in October 2019, expanding by 1.4% month-on-month to 120.3 points from 118.6 points in September 2019. He said this in a statement for the Malaysian Economic Indicators, leading coincident and lagging indexes for October 2019. He also said one of the main contributors to the increase was real imports of other basic precious metals and other non-ferrous metals, which is mainly supported by imports of aluminium and platinum-based metals. Another contributor is real imports of semiconductors, which is supported mainly by imports of electronic integrated components in line with the increase in the global sales of semiconductors. The decision to cease the operations of Bank Rakyat's subsidiary, namely Rakyat Holdings Sdn Bhd, as well as units under that subsidiary, was made in order to prioritise and focus on its financial services business. The Rakyat Holdings subsidiaries include Rakyat Travel, Rakyat Hartanah, Rakyat Asset Management, Rakyat Niaga and Rakyat Facility Management. Bank Rakyat, in a statement released, said no staff retrenchment took place and those employees affected have been absorbed to serve the bank on the 15th of December based on their skills and qualifications. Bank Rakyat, an entity controlled by the Entrepreneur Development Ministry, also gave assurance of the group's financial position. The bank noted that it recorded encouraging results for the first 9-month financial period ended 30th September 2019, with its profit before tax and zakat rising by 4% year-on-year to 1.29 billion ringgit. In line with that, it said the dividend in respect of the financial year ending December 2019 will be paid at a competitive rate by the end of the first quarter of 2020. The implementation of the 2020 minimum wage policy in major cities is expected to help reduce the living costs of the Rakyat. Melaka Chief Minister Adli Zahari said the state has heard no rejection, especially from the State Local Council.
Kita tahu bahawa Melaka secara dasarnya adalah kawasan perbandaran ataupun pinggir bandar. Jadi memanglah kita lihat bahawa keperluan daripada kehidupan untuk menentukan gaji minima ini adalah satu keperluan yang cukup penting. Dan kita di peringkat kerajaan negeri akan sentiasa menyokong dasar-dasar yang dibuat oleh kerajaan di peringkat persekutuan. Kerana kita tahu melalui program ataupun dasar gaji minima ini, dia akan dapat meningkatkan lagi pendapatan di kalangan pekerja.
The Melaka Chief Minister further urged all employers in the state to cooperate with the government with the policy. The federal government previously decided that the minimum wage in major cities will be increased to 1,200 ringgit per month under the administration of 57 municipal councils, while in other cities the minimum wage stays at 1,100 per month. The new policy will be enforced beginning on 1st of January.
The average price of Indian onions in Perlis has risen sharply from 5 ringgit per kilogram to 10 ringgit 93 cents per kilogram over the past 2 months due to disruption of supply from the producing country. State Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry KPDNHEP Office Director Khairul Amin Talib said that it had conducted inspections on 58 premises and found that there was an increase in the prices of Indian onions and rose onions, small onion, each week from early September to December.
However, Khairul Amin said the public need not to worry because there are other alternatives such as Chinese onions or Karachi onions, which are cheaper.
Faktor bekalan lah, bagaimana yang tadi kita tanya peruncit tadi, dia kata dia nak dapatkan bekalan pun dia kena tunggulah. Buat masa ni salah satu faktor yang kita dapati memang masalah bekalan lah, terutama sekali daripada negara pengeluar bawang tu lah.
When met at the Sena Market in Kanga, Khairul Amin said there were no complaints from the public against the price increase because onions was not listed as a control item.
That concludes this afternoon's News on 2. In our top story, Deputy Prime Minister says Christmas is a season of hope, forgiveness and peace. Join us again at 7 this evening. Now, before we go, on behalf of everyone here at News on 2, we would like to wish all Malaysians a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I'm Cynthia Arthur. Thank you for watching.